the cabby, John Kennedy. How you doing, John?
I'm fine, thank you very much indeed, George, for letting me come in.
All right, now then, you, along with some other guys, have launched the London Taxi Cab Public Relations.
Yeah, we're launching, well, right now, 31st of January, a recruitment campaign will be starting, literally from Monday. And it's a public relations company, a pressure group, stroke lobby group, to put the London cab trade on sound, stable footings.
Okay, right, hang on, I've got to just put you... It's not the snappiest title, is it? You know, the LTCPR...
But it's for cab drivers, remember.
All right.
This is for taxi cab drivers. I mean, I thought of other names, I've got to be honest with you. I mean, you know, I was bandering around Fox Terrier Public Relations because my dogs, the determination, the grit, you know, they dig until they find what they want. But you know what? In the end, we are London Taxi Cabs, and this is going to be a public relations company, not a union, not an association. A PR firm for the London Taxi Cab driver and user.
Okay, and so... What is it you want to get over? You know, public relations is usually we want to change our image. You know, there are things that we would like to address, and we want to do this by, you know, painting a particular picture. So, what are the main things that you're dealing with?
We've got up to 9 issues. I have them that I believe the trade need to address. I mean, you got them there in front of you, John. If you
okay, well, let's have a look. Right, you want to split the public carriage office into two, therefore diversify mini cab operations into the private hire office. So you basically want to move. At the moment, you are regulated, you know, like London licensed Hackney carriage drivers. You know, the people who've done the knowledge.
Correct.
You are in the same boat as private hire, which means anybody in a saloon car who passes whatever, you know, like simple exam or something. I don't. How do you become a private hire driver?
They go through some CRB checks. They basically apply for a licence. That's. You know, well, some go through CRB checks, some don't because they've come from other European countries.
Right,
but the majority go through a CRB check.
Confidence on the road. So you have to, you spend... You know,
we do a knowledge of London. They do pre-book work only. So there's a difference. They can pre-plan their journey. That's the difference. Now, when the Mayor of London was originally created, there was an Act of Parliament attached to the Great London Authority Act, the 1998 Private Hire Act, and it would seem logical to put in with the taxi cabs a division for private hire. That's what they've done because obviously the public carriage office were dealing with taxi cabs, a large group of self-employed drivers. What we've seen at this moment in time is there seems to be a bit of a muddying of waters between the two industries, and we're different. We ply for hire, we work the streets, we respond to work from ranks, stations and hails. Their only work they can do is pre-booked only. Right. And there
is a place for those, because...
There is a place, of course there is. I have nothing against legitimate private hire.
If I'm in Croydon, if I'm at a party in Croydon, and I want to get back to Stratton, if I walk out of that house in Croydon, the chances of me getting a black cab are very small. Whereas if I ring up the local cab company, they're going to tell me they'll be there in 10 minutes.
That does happen, yeah. I mean, down in Croydon, for example, I mean, on the main rank there, you know, at the station, you find an adequate supply of taxi cabs. And, you know, I see lights on present economic situation, there's lights on everywhere. I mean, I think most people...
No, but if I'm in a, you know, like a residential street...
There is a market for pre-booked minicabs, so and I have no issue.
Right, but then are you feeling that you're not treated as separate entities?
No, there's a perception and there is a feeling that things aren't... Everything's not right at the public carriage office at the moment. There are a number of things happening. It seems that are like I said to you, muddying the water. Right. We have certain issues we do dealing with. For example, there's a minicab, well, parking bay rank there is down in Whitcomb Street right now. And it seems to be Westminster City Council now have become you know, they've decided to just provide a bay for people. We don't know why. It just seems odd because private hire can pick up off red routes. They can pick up and set down on yellow routes, just like a taxi cab. They can do that. They've got a job to do. So there are issues we have with the public carriage office. And I believe one way to solve some of these issues is purely and simply to revert the public carriage office. I note the word public hirings back for taxi cabs only, still part of Transport for London. And then we have a private hire office we do. So private hire would be regulated under its act and to do pre-booked work only. Okay, all right, well, that's that side of it. Now, issue 2, one badge, one vote. What's that all about? Isn't that the way it goes? No, it don't. Well, as a taxi cab driver, I don't seem to get consulted. It's very, very odd. I've been driving a taxi cab now for 14 years. Last year, we got 2 letters as taxi cab drivers. One was telling us that if we were caught touting, I mean, this is how odd I find things have become. I got a letter telling me if I'm caught touting, I'd lose my licence. Well, excuse me, I applied for hire. The letter should never have been sent to taxi cab drivers. The second letter was saying, guess what, we're going to be informing the Inland Revenue that you drive a taxi cab. Well, excuse me, guess what, I pay taxes and the Inland Revenue already know that I drive a taxi cab. Because when your licence granted, that information's passed to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. So we don't seem to, as individuals, communications in the cab trade via, I believe, Transport for London and Public are very, very poor.
Okay.
You can't even get a PCO notice. You can go in there and search for it yourself. I've logged on to a TfL website, given my email address over 9 times, and still nothing comes through. No, but George, there's an important point here. There's something wrong. When you've got a body that's worth £5 billion, what they can't fix one little part of a website. Communications in the industry is terrible. We rely on our own trade press and we rely on word of mouth. Problem with word of mouth is things change, rumour, people add a little bits on and then the message gets spoilt. And we have a real problem. I think taxi cab drivers are responsible, law-abiding citizens at the beginning of the year deserve a say on the future of their own industry.
Okay.
We're in the year 2009.
All right. You want to amend Road Traffic Act so that parking laws take full account of the job that you do. So you want to park on double yellow lines and go and have a cup of tea?
No, far from it. But I do think if you need to go to the toilet, I don't think there's any problem with a taxi cab driver in a modern city like London being able to park on a meter bay for free for up to 10 to 15 minutes to go to the toilet.
Right.
Drivers have received parking tickets for a call of nature. Taxi cab drivers receive parking tickets for doing the job, taking cases out of a taxi cab and placing them at someone's front door. CCTV is being used to literally mug taxi cab drivers. It's a disgrace what's going on in this city at this moment in time. We need to amend that Road Traffic Act. And only this week on the Politics show, that fantastic show on the BBC, there was people talking about the next point when I go on,